So Polygon Matic is right now, as we're speaking, trying to break a super key resistance level. In this video we will look at what does this mean for the Matic price in the immediate short term, and why do we have an updated target of around $8.58. So in this video guys, we are once again back with Polygon Matic, and we will be doing a Matic price prediction and technical analysis. If you guys enjoy these Polygon Matic updates and want to see more of them, it's always super awesome and helpful when you show that by dropping a like. And real quick before we get started here, I just have to give a disclaimer. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Nothing in this video is financial advice. But alright guys, now let's get started right away here. And right now as we're speaking, we're looking at the Polygon Matic daily time frame. So every candlestick on this chart represents one day. And recently we have been seeing some super important things happening on the Matic chart. In yesterday's update, we talked about that if yesterday's candle closed above the previous red one, we would be printing a bullish engulfing pattern. And yesterday we saw, as you can see here, we saw a beautiful bullish engulfing pattern, and that is a candle that indicates higher prices here. But what we also can see yesterday is that we actually tried for a short while to break this key resistance area that we will talk about very soon. But we saw a small pullback. But right now as we're speaking, we are trading above this area. So the first thing and the most important thing about today for Polygon Matic, in my opinion, is that we get a strong daily candle close above this area in between around the 2.43 to 2.38 US dollars. Why is this area so important, you may wonder here? Well, this area is important for multiple reasons. You can see the previous top we printed here around December 8th. You can see that we never actually got a daily candle close above this area. You can see we tried to push above, but every time we pushed above this one, we actually saw sellers coming in here and we saw pullback. So we saw a clear resistance here around December 8th. We also saw resistance right here around December 3rd. And if we look historically here, so if we look all the way back here, you can see all the way back here to May 26. We also saw a strong reaction here on May 26. And you can also see that, you can see even here around May 19, you can see that we pushed quite far above this area, but the sellers managed to push the price down. So we never actually closed above this area. So if we close above 2.43, then today we will have the strongest daily candle close ever for Polygon Matic. So it's very nice to see, you know, a nice pump today. By the way guys, if you want to, you can let me know down in the comments below. First of all, if you are holding this coin, if you're holding Matic, and you can also let me know down below for how long you have been holding. Would be very interesting to hear about. But alright, so let's say that we actually break this level. Let's say that we close the day above this one. What is the next one I'm paying attention to? Well, then I'm looking up all the way up here to our 2.82 level. And this one basically comes from, we look back here, this was the beautiful all-time high that Polygon Matic printed here May 18. But alright, so we are now soon ready to take a look at why do we have a target level all the way up at 8.58. But real quick before doing that, I do want to talk about something that is at least as important as our target levels, our very bullish target levels. And there's of course to take a look at the downside scenario. So where are the most important support levels on the Matic chart? And also guys, of course, if you want to, let me know what are you drinking today. Right now I'm sipping on some coffee with actually no milk involved, but please drop down below what are you drinking. As for the downside scenario, first of all, if we get a candle close above this zone in between 2.43 to 2.38, then I would actually look out for this zone flipping to become support, right? A common principle in trading is that we flip previous resistance to become support. So you can actually look out for this level flipping to become support. But if the bears manage to push below this one, well, then I'm actually looking down. I'm looking down to this upsloping blue line. You can see right here. This one have been acting as support. You can see 1 time, 2 times, 3, 4 times. So if we start to fall here, I would not be surprised if we see, you know, buyers coming in at this upsloping blue line. But this one, this blue line, we really want to hold, because if we break this one, I don't really see any clear support levels until all the way down in between around 1.50 to 1.42. Another thing you definitely want to pay attention to is that if we actually print a higher high around where we are right now, so if we print one high and then a higher high, then you can see that the price prints a clear higher high. But if you look down here to the RSI, you can see that the RSI goes in the opposite direction and prints a lower high. The same thing is also true for the MACD. And when we have the price going in one direction, we have the momentum indicators going in the other direction, then we have something called a bearish divergence. And that is a divergence that indicates a reversal here towards the downside. So in order to avoid this divergence, we need to see a stronger push here towards the upside. So that is just one thing to pay attention to. But now guys, now let's take a look at why do we have one target at 4.18 and one target at $8 and so on and so on. And in order to understand where we get these very bullish target levels, we need to use our Fibonacci tool from our old all-time high we printed May 18 down here to the very low. And then you can see here that we get some Fibonacci extension levels. So if we manage to break all-time high, the first target I'm looking out for comes from our 1.618 Fibonacci extension. And this one would take Polygon Matic all the way up to around 4.18 US dollars. With that said, you know, what about if we manage to smash above this one? Well, then I'm looking all the way up here to our next Fibonacci extension. This is another common level that traders use to take profits. This one would give us a price target of around 6.39. We can actually continue this process even more here. So if we break 6.39, then I'm looking all the way up here to our 3.618. And this one gives us the price target of around 8.58 US dollars. But alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you feel like you got any kind of help or value, then please consider dropping a like. And if you guys are interested in more, then don't hesitate to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope I will see you guys in the next video. But for now guys, take care. Ciao, ciao.